Good evening, everybody. Tonight I'm going to be reviewing this movie, which is the sequel to Star Trek, and it's Star Trek Into Darkness, starring Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, Zoe Saldana, Keith Urban, and a whole bunch of other people. Benedict Cumberbatch. Let me just turn the camera around. Don't mind me, I'm just having a few sips of wine tonight. Loosen me up a bit. But anyways, this movie was absolutely spectacular. I loved it. I know a lot of people thought it borrowed too heavily from Wrath of Khan. It did and it didn't. I mean, it was similar to Wrath of Khan, but I think it did something new with the story. It really put a different spin on it and told it from a different perspective, which I thought was really interesting. Keep in mind this is an alternate reality, so a lot of the same things do occur, but they're told from a completely flipped around perspective. So the movie follows the same basic subtext as the first film. A lot of the scenes kind of echo scenes that are in the first film, but done in a different way once again. The movie was, visually spectacular. It had great action sequences, big battles, explosions, all the goods, everything you want to see in a Star Trek film. All the cast members were fantastic in it once again. Spock and Kirk, the friendship between them is much more developed in this one, which is awesome to see. You truly see the friendship developing between them, and the character playing Scotty here, this character here, really comes into his own in this, and has a lot of comic moments as well, which I thought was really great. And basically the movie is about this guy, Benedict Cumberbatch, playing, I don't know if I should give it away for those of you who haven't seen it yet, but I'll go ahead and say it, spoiler alert, in case you haven't seen it. He plays Khan. And he is the scariest villain I have seen pretty much since the Joker in Batman. I thought he was really scary. He's very still, very icy cold, controlled, a lot of rage bubbling beneath the surface. Very intimidating, and when he speaks, his voice is so deep and rumbly, powerful, and he was just mesmerizing every moment he was on screen as the villain in this. Like I said, the best villain I've seen since the Joker. Just great. I can't say enough about him in this. He was my favorite character in this film. So the film was shot in a very similar way to the first film, by J.J. Abrams. It was lots of lens flares, lots of handheld cameras. Very fast paced from beginning to end. It never lets up for a moment. It's totally like going on a thrill ride. All the dialogue in the film, once again, is brilliant, just like the first movie. There's lots of great one-liners, lots of humor in this one this time around. It's actually way more funny than the first film, I thought. Bones has lots of great one-liners in it, as does Spock. And you really get to see a more emotional side from Spock, which I thought was really cool. So yeah, it was a really great movie. A solid second installment in the franchise, in my opinion. And the ending of the film. Now, I know some people were disappointed. They thought it ended a little too abruptly, and that, because there's this, once again, I don't want to give it away for those of you who haven't seen it. So, spoiler alert again, there's this big epic battle scene at the end between Khan and Spock. It's totally no holds barred. They're fighting on these carrier craft as they're moving across the sky, and they're just fighting, and then Spock does this huge leap down, and they're kicking the shit out of each other. It's really crazy. But after that, it just kind of ends. There's not really a really big epic conclusion that you might expect, I guess. But I was pretty satisfied with the ending. It was really cool that it just ends with them going on this 5-year mission, and definitely whets my appetite to see what's going to happen next in this franchise. I heard that Benedict will not be returning for the 3rd film, which kind of sucks. Don't mind me, I'm just going to have a sip of wine here. But he was a great villain. Without a doubt, my favorite villain out of the 2 films so far. The city of Los Angeles basically gets destroyed in this. He crashes into it with his ship. Sorry, spoiler alert again. But I'm sure a lot of you have seen it by now. There's a love interest with Kirk and Carol, who was a character in the original show. She's a great character. I really liked her in this, the addition of Carol in this. She's very tough, very strong, very fearless, and very smart. Just a great character and beautiful as well. So yeah, overall this movie's great. I can't say enough about it. You know, and a lot of people like to nitpick and say, well, this wasn't right, or it was too much like this, or it was too much like that. But it was just a really entertaining movie. You know, it didn't try to be really much different than the first film as far as the way it's filmed, and the way it's paced and all that is very similar to the first film that J.J. Abrams did. So it's not, you know, a completely different revamp in any way. It follows his original formula, but I thought it was a great second installment in this series, and I really enjoyed it, and please let me know what you guys think of it in the comments below. Thank you very much for subscribing. I'm very new to this, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm having a lot of fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And I'll be posting another one in a few days. Okay? Bye-bye.